Very good morning everyone. In our previous two videos we have started unit number 3, that is operator overloading and type conversions, right? And based on that particular unit we have started the concept of overloading. Then after that we have learned the difference between unary operator and binary operator difference, and at last we have concluded with the binary operators with string data types. In our today's session we are going to see different operators with the help of three integer values, right? So in this session we are going to learn how to add three numbers using integer data type. But before starting our today's session I would like to discuss the program which we have discussed in our previous session. Let me share the notepad file which is related with the integer data type. This is the program which contains binary operator overloading with integer data type. I am going to recall this program because our today's program is only based on this particular topic. So be careful and listen carefully. In this particular program we have taken class b underscore integer because we have taken the concept of binary operator. Then we have used public keyword. Then two variables we have taken because we need to have binary operator. For such you need to have two binary operands. So x and y we have taken, which is the part of class B integer. This is the default constructor. Remember one thing, that when you are going to create parameterized constructor, at that time first of all it will call the concept of default constructor. Why? Because when you are going to create object of that particular class, at that time it will automatically call the default constructor of that class. So we have declared default constructor which contains no body or no initialization of any variable. Now we have taken two variables, that is a and b, which is the parameters which we have passed inside the constructor. Now the value of x is a and the value of y is b, and we have created one function which is called display, and with the help of display function you are able to display the value of x and y, which is the local variable of class b underscore integer. Now this is the important concept, right? So over here, see, this is the return type of this particular module. Now see, what type of value we are going to return, that is b underscore integer. B underscore integer is what? That is the name of class. That means suppose if I am going to use integer a, in such cases what value I am going to return? Naturally integer. Suppose this particular function, so the data type of c must be integer. See, this is the example I am going to take. Suppose my variable is a, or I am going to create one function calculation, say for example, which contains return type as integer. At that time you compulsory need to return integer value. Over here you are able to see that the variable c contains data type integer, and the UDF calculation contains return type integer. So both must be match. Similarly, when you are going to return the object of that class, at that time you need to use the class name when you are going to overload any operator. So here temp is the object of b underscore integer class. So compulsory the return type of this particular module is b underscore integer. This is the first condition. Then operator is the keyword which is used when you want to overload any operator. After that, whatever the operator you want to overload, the sign of that that operator you need to use. Right now I want to overload plus operator, that's why I have taken plus sign over here. Now this is the most IMP point. Over here we have passed as a argument, we have passed object, right? So remember one thing, that when you are going to overload plus sign, right? So before plus sign, suppose I am going to overload a plus b, right? So a plus b, so before plus sign, what is the variable? That is a. So whatever the object you are passing before the addition sign, the variable can be accessed directly. That means I can access the value of object A with the help of x and y directly. But remember one thing, that whatever the object name is there after the plus sign, right? So that value can be referred with the help of object. That means whatever the object I have passed in the argument list, with the help of that object I can access the value of b dot x. So let me dry run this program so that you people can easily understand. See over here, b integer class contains three objects, that is b1, b2 and b3. Now when you are going to call the parameterized constructor of b underscore integer class, we have passed 2, 3. So it will call this particular module. So the value of x becomes 2 and value of y becomes 3. So b1, the value of b1 dot x is 2 and b1 dot y is 3. Similarly, when you call this particular line, and it will call the parameterized constructor of that class, at that time b2 dot x becomes 6 and b2 dot y becomes 7. Now see the execution of this particular operator overloading. As I have told you that the plus sign, before the plus sign, which is the object we have used, b1. So when I want to access the value of b1, that is when I want to access the value of x and y of object b1, listen carefully, when I want to access the value of object variable that is called x and y, at that time the plus sign, before the plus sign the object name is b1, so that value can be referred directly. That means when I write x and y, at that time it contains 2 and 3. But after plus sign, what is the name of object? That is b2, right? So when I want to access the value of b2 object, at that time I need to use this variable that is called b in this case, right? So when I perform b dot x and b dot y, at that time it contains 6 and 7. So you need to understand this concept only. If this concept is clear, at that time you can perform any programs which is based on the operator overloading. I am going to repeat this statement once again because our today's session is only based on this particular line, right? So whatever the symbol or whatever the operator you are going to overload, you just need to mention that before that operator, whatever the name of object would be, you just refer the variable of that object directly with the x and y. But remember one thing, that after any operator, right, that variable must be accessed with the help of object of that class. That means b dot x and b dot y. So b dot y contains 6 and b dot x contains 6 and b dot y contains 7. Similarly, x contains 2 and y contains 3. So now B3 becomes what? B3 means what? We are going to add the value of x and b dot x. That means 2 plus 6 becomes 8 and y contains b y means 3 plus b dot y contains 7. So 3 plus 7 means 10, right? So I am going to return temp object which contains value of x by 8 and value of y by 10, which is returned into the this particular module and it will catch into B3. Now B3 dot x contains 8 and B3 dot y contains 10. So when you are going to call the display method of all the three objects, at that time it will print the value of x by 2, the value of y by 3, again the value of x by 6, value of y by 7 and value of x by 8 and value of y by 10. So in this way program is executed. Now suppose if you want to add 3 values or if you want to overload equals to operator, right, with the integer data type, at that time we need to perform certain steps. So let us start with our today's practical, which is based on the given topic. Let me give comment line first. We are going to take the example of overloading of equals to operators and plus operators. Remember one thing, as I have told you in the theory portion, that you can overload any inbuilt operators which are available in the C or C++, right? So right now I am going to overload equals to operator as well as plus operator. And what is the rule for operator overloading? Just remember that the rule for operator overloading is what? The basic concept which are related with the operator remains as it is. That means if I am going to overload plus operator, it will add two numbers or it will add the string or it will merge the string, right? So be careful that whatever the fundamentals or rules and regulations which is related with particular operator, which remains as it is. You cannot change the basics regarding the operators, right? That thing you need to follow. Now with integer data type having 3 values, this program is little bit lengthy, has include iostream.h and has include conio.h. These two are the header files which we are going to include. Now we are going to create class thr underscore value, that is 3 values, right? We are going to take the example of integer data type which contains addition of 3 values, or we are going to then transfer the value of any variable. Say for example I am going to perform c equals to b. That means what? We are going to store whatever the value of b, that value we are going to transfer it into the c, right? So let us write public keyword, then integer x comma y comma z. As I have told you that 3 variables we need to have, then thr underscore value. I am going to mention the default constructor of this particular class, but remember one thing, it does not contain any initialization of variable, but you need to compulsory mention this particular module because we have created parameterized constructor over here and integer c. Inside now what will be the code? X equals to a, y equals to b and z equals to c. Let me take a1, b1 and c1 over here, which will not create any confusion because in future we are going to use a, b and c variable. Now I am going to create void display function which will display the value of x, y and z. So cout \n, value of x is x, cout value of y is cout value of z is. Now we are going to use THRC. In our previous program also we have used b underscore integer. Why? Because we need to return object. Over here also we are going to return the object, but I am going to write THR value, that is the name of class, then keyword operator because we want to overload operator, then plus sign, then thr underscore value and t object. Now inside class, inside this particular module we are going to create one more object. Now t1 dot x equals to x plus t dot x. Now from the code only, if I have whatever the code I have repeated in first 10 minutes, right, you are easily understand that what this code will contain. T dot z and going to return t1 objects. This is the very easy module if you understand the previous session. I am going to overload equal to operator, again thr underscore value t object. Now x equals to t dot x, y equals to t dot y and z equals to t dot z. And I am going to return current pointer this. I will explain this why I have written pointer this. Now see, the code of this particular class is completed. Now it's time to write the structure of void main. Inside void main we are going to write two functions, that is clracr and getch. Now we are going to create object of 3 value class a 10, 20, 30, b 1, 1 and 1. Don't worry, I will explain the program. Let me complete the program first. With the C object I have not passed any value. Now cout \n. Naturally the program is lengthy, even output will be lengthy, right, but it is very much easy to understand the program. C equals to a plus b, c dot display cout \n, c equals to a plus b plus c. See, this is the correct line, don't worry, huh? C equals to a plus b plus c. Now cout. Now let me perform display over here. C dot display. Now again cout \n, c equals to a plus b, c equals to b plus we have already done. Now let me call b dot display and c dot display to check the value of b is transferred into the value of c or not. That's why I have called b dot display and c dot display. Now again cout \n C equals to B equals to A. So now A dot display, B dot display and C dot display. At last get ch we have already written. So this is the very lengthy program, but which is very easy to understand. Over here we have created object of class. We have taken 3 different objects. One object contains 10, 20 and 30. Other object contains 3, 1 inside B, and C does not contain any value. Then we have performed addition of 2 values. Then we have performed addition of 3 values. Applied equal to operator for one variable, apply equal to operator for 2 variables. Let me save the program. Program number 5, because we have performed 2 programs which is based on unary and 2 programs which is based on the binary operators. So now we are going to perform 5th program of operator overloading. I will explain this program in our next video. So you need to refer that video to understand the given program. Remember one thing, that when you refer the video, at that time you just need to write the output of the given program. And in our today's session we have just write the program in the journal. So let me share the notepad file so that you can easily write this program in the journal, and after referring the video just refer and write the output. Let me share the notepad file. This is the first program which we have performed, and this program you need to write in the journal. In our today's session we have just write this program. We are going to refer it in our next video. Let me scroll down the program. I am going to scroll up to the parameterized constructor. The program is bit lengthier. Write the program properly. All the variables take properly, write properly, because you generally make a mistake to write the name of any variable. Let me scroll down up to the operator plus. Overloading of equals to operator. Let me scroll down up to void main. Remember one thing, that you need to write the name of variable properly, otherwise you will not get proper output, as program is a bit lengthier and you people generally make a mistake in writing the name of variable. Let me scroll down up to C.display. So for the output you just need to refer our next video. In our next video I am going to show you how to dry run the program using watch window and output window. So be careful, you just need to refer next video, and when you refer next video you can take the value of object as well as variables, and in the journal also with the help of pencil you can write the values which I have mentioned in the program, right? So do refer our next video. Thank you all.